Okay, we're gonna find surface and volume of cylinders. The cylinders are this type of solids. The most relevant terms we need to understand, or the parts we are going to work with them, are radius, which is the distance from the center of the circular base to one of the edges, and the height, which is the distance between one of the circles and the other one. So if you move or if you rotate the cylinder in another way, well, this will be the height and this will be the radius. As well as in here, it could also be the radius. So let's see. The two formulas we're going to be using, formula for volume is pi r square h. And the formula for surface is 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. Cylinders have specific formulas for both volume and surface area. You don't need to make any extra calculations. It's just a simple thing of using the formula and that's it. So let's try to do some exercises. Find the volume and surface area of the following cylinders. So let's see this one. Well, the radius will be 2 centimeters and the height will be 6 centimeters. So that's it. Let's find volume and surface. Well, volume is, the formula is pi r square h. So volume will be equal to pi, instead of r I'm going to use 2 square h. Well, instead of h I'm going to use 6, right, because I know h. Then I'm going to put the answer for this. 2 squared will be 4. If you multiply with 6, that will give you 24. And the pi, you just copy it. That will be what we call the exact answer. You put the units, and the units for volume are cubic units. So it will be 24 pi cubic centimeters. Now, that's the exact answer. If we put in the calculator 24 pi, that will give us an approximated answer. The approximated answer will be 75.3982 cubic centimeters. That's it for volume. Now we're going to find surface area. Okay, so I'll move the volume here. And let's find now surface area. So surface area formula is S equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Well, 2 pi, the r is 2 in this case, and the h is 6. So 2 times 2 squared, well, 2 squared is 4, times 2, that will be 8. I copy the pi, plus 2 times 2, 4, times 6, 24, so 24 pi. If I add 8 pi with 24 pi, because they are like terms, that will give me 32 pi, and that will be the exact answer for the surface area. Now, since the surface area is an area, you're going to write the units as square units, so it will be square centimeters. That will be the exact answer for the surface area. Now, the approximated answer, you find it by putting this in your calculator. 32 pi will give you 100.5310. If you round it, that will be the answer. Square centimeters. Don't forget the units. So those will be the values for surface area and volume for this first exercise. Let's do another one. Okay, we have a cylinder that is flipped or rotated, so let's see. Well, same thing. Formula for volume is pi r square h. So volume will be equal to pi. The radius will be the distance from the center of the base to one of the edges of it, which in this case is 8. So the radius will be 8. The height is the distance between one circle and the other one, so it will be 15. Well, 8 squared is 64, and 64 times 15 will give you 960. So I copy 960, and the pi, you just copy it. That will be the exact answer. Don't forget to put the units. And volume have cubic units, so 960 pi cubic meters. That will be the exact answer of the exercise. Now we're going to write the approximated answer. So the approximated answer, you put this in the calculator, 960 pi, and that will give you 3015.9289 if you round, cubic meters. That will be the volume. Now let's find the surface area. Okay, so surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. So S equals 2 pi times 8 square plus 2 pi times 8 times 15. So 8 square will be 64. 64 times 2 will give you 128. So 128 pi. Now 2 times 8 will give you 16. 16 times 15 will give you 240. So 240 and the pi, you copy it. Since you have like terms, you're going to add them. 128 pi plus 240 pi, that will give you 368 pi. And you put the units, which will be square units, since we have surface area in this case. That's the exact answer. Now we're going to find the approximated answer. The approximated answer, you find it by writing this in your calculator and finding the value. In this case, it will be 1,156.1061 square meters. This is the same thing as 368 pi rounded. So you have the answers for surface area and volume in here. That's it. Let's do another one. This one's interesting because you don't get the radius. The exercise is not giving you the radius. What about the 6? Well, simple. The 6 does not start in the center, so that's not a radius. Since the 6 doesn't start in the center, well, we need to cut the 6 by half to get the actual radius. In this case, the actual radius will be 3 yards. So let's find volume now. Volume equals pi r square h. Volume will be pi times 3 square times 4, which will be the height. So volume equals 3 square is 9. 9 times 4 will be 36. You copy the pi, and that will be the exact answer. You put the units as cubic units. That will be the exact answer for the volume. Then you put this in your calculator, and you would get the approximated answer, which is 113.0973 cubic yards. And that's it. That's the volume. Now let's find the surface. Well, surface equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Surface equals 2 pi, not the 6, but 3 squared plus 2 pi times 3 times 4. Surface equals, well, 3 squared will be 9. 9 times 2 will be 18. You copy the pi. 2 times 3 will be 6. 6 times 4 will be 24. You copy the pi. Now, you simplify like terms. 18 pi plus 24 pi would give you 42 pi. That will be the exact answer. Remember, it's surface area, so the units are square yards in this case. And you put that in the calculator so that you can get the approximated answer. For some people, it is more important to get the approximated answer because that's the one that you will give, for example, to a carpenter. If you want to get a particular piece, you would need the approximated answer, not the exact answer. The exact answer, you would need it in case you're dealing with a mathematician or a physicist. So 131, says the calculator, 0.94, and if you round, it will be 69 square yards. And that's it. That is how you find surface area and volume of cylinders.